A woman was simply speeding up on the highway when a hidden police officer spotted her. Seeing the patrol car pursuing her, she pulled over voluntarily to avoid escalating penalties. Without hesitation, the officer issued her a $10.00 fine. When the woman tried to explain, the officer demanded immediate payment, warning that she wouldn't be allowed to leave safely otherwise. Since she had no cash to pay the fine, the officer informed her that there was a service station ahead where she could withdraw money. However, to prevent her from escaping, she would need to surrender her phone to him. With no room for negotiation, the woman reluctantly handed over her phone. But when she reached the service station and asked where she could withdraw cash, the staff told her the ATM was empty. They mentioned that many attractive young women had been coming to withdraw money recently. Hearing this, the woman seemed to realize something and decided to leave immediately. However, she didn't know the officer had been monitoring her. Seeing her attempt to flee, he drew his weapon and fired a shot at her car. The woman didn't hear the gunshot, but the officer quickly caught up. She was forced to pull over again. The officer told her that damaged vehicles were roadworthy, but then ordered her to drive out of his jurisdiction immediately. Shortly after the woman left, the officer shot out her tire. Terrified by this sudden turn of events, she abandoned her car and ran, trying to escape the officer's territory on foot. Fortunately, she spotted a service station ahead and decided to rest there. Just as she was about to order food, she noticed the officer standing at the entrance. She considered calling for help, but then saw her car being towed over while the officer drove away. Left with no choice but to abandon her plan to call police, she went outside to check her vehicle. To her surprise, the damage had been repaired. Without overthinking it, she prepared to drive away but noticed a young girl crying nearby. The woman approached and learned that the girl's parents had suddenly left, leaving her stranded. Deciding to help, the woman offered to drive the girl home. However, just as they drove off, the girl was shot and killed. This shocking scene left the woman panicked, and the officer was already in pursuit. Seeing a truck ahead, she accelerated toward it, seeking help. When the truck driver saw her condition, he quickly grabbed a weapon from his cab for protection, but the officer suddenly appeared from the front and shot the driver dead. Terrified, the woman fled back to her car and sped away in panic. This time, however, the officer didn't shoot. Instead, he was preparing to play a deadly game of fate with the woman.